Hi guys, I'm back. So I just wanted to share with you guys a little more of just what's going on here. So you're gonna need a lot more than you. Than what you might think you need, but to get started, you probably just really need a camera. Like the important thing, there is more to you than just your physical appearance. You have a voice, you have a spirit, you have all these things that want to stand out when it comes to you. You know what I mean? And it's like for me, I'm like, oh, well, they're not going to like me if I'm this. They're not going to like me if I'm that. They're not going to do that. There are so many different ways to put yourself out there. If you know your voice is powerful enough and you know you're reaching out to people, especially when you go to places and you're able to connect with so many people and so many people are intrigued by you and they're smiling at, that's how my life story went. Like people are always, smiling most of the time, taking pictures of me where I'm like, okay, so I don't know what's going on, but I feel like I am being called out to be something or to be some star or some celebrity, or they see something in me that I probably do not see myself, or that I already do see myself. And what the universe and the world is doing is basically responding to it, saying that yes, I have to shout out Apple. Apple is the best. Like I'm telling you, like I know you guys, look, I don't want you to think, because if you can't afford like Apple computers or like Apple stuff, because I couldn't afford it half of the time. And when I got into my car accident and the stuff that I got into, that's how I was able to even do the things that I'm doing now. And don't get into a car accident. I pray that you don't, because it may seem like that's the light, but it's not the way to go. It just accidentally happened, and it was the saddest story, but it was also what changed my entire life. So when bad things happen to you, it's not always a bad thing. It's usually an awakening and the push towards your dreams. I didn't know any of this. If I didn't have one of my best friends that was like, hey, you need to, because you know what, when I got into that car accident, you know what happened? It was crazy, because I was literally walking down the street. I crossed the street because I was going to do the jogging on the stairs, up and down the stairs, right? The train. And like, just the stairs. And so like, then I'm listening to Pastor TD Jakes. I'm constantly listening because I was hearing negative voices in my head, voices telling me just terrible things, negative things. And I was like, okay, let me listen to Pastor TD Jakes. And he was just saying so many positive things, and just his word and his message was really strengthening me. And it gave me the confidence, and his voice was so powerful, just rebuking so many demons. And from there, I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. So as I was crossing the street, I just crossed the street, and then this car came out of nowhere. I am sure I looked both ways. I looked every way before I crossed that street. This car, it was almost like it was invincible, and it just showed up out of nowhere. And I looked directly. I wasn't even in the middle of the street. I was almost getting on the sidewalk. That's when the car came out of nowhere, and it hit me. And I looked at it, and I thought I was going. It was like I tried to run. You know when you try to do that quick run away from the car? That's what I was trying to do, and it hit me. I couldn't believe I got hit. I looked at the car, the lady in the car, and I was like, what? And look, when that car hit me, right, I flew off the floor, hit the fence, hit this the wall of the fence, and bounced off and hit the street, and my head hit the concrete so hard I had to get stitches. And my wig fell off, my everything flew. In that moment, I couldn't believe what was happening to me. And somehow it was so weird, because it didn't hurt. It felt good in a way. Like it was like there was something that was happening. And the doctors told me usually when you get hit by a car, it doesn't hurt, or like you don't feel it until later. But I was like, man, it felt like I needed, hold on, it felt weird. Like I don't even want to say that I needed that, but like, look at what's happening. But I'm just saying, like, I was just like, I can't believe what's like I was hurt. I was hurt by God. I was like, I don't know if I can't things can't get any worse than this. I can't be I was scared to cross the street. I was scared to go outside. I was scared to see a car, to get in a car. I was like, oh my God. When you're sitting in that ambulance, it's life and death. You're just sitting there thinking like, I could either make it or not. And I wasn't even gonna go to the hospital. I was gonna walk away. I was like, I'm fine, guys. I'm okay, you know, because I'm thinking you're strong, you can be all right. No, but that lady that hit me was a sweet lady. Because you know what she said? Even if she had later on, she had sort of had a little attitude, but she was sweet. You know what? She stopped. It wasn't a hit and run. So that's a sign of somebody that actually cares about themselves and cares about you. And so she stopped. It was this white lady. She stopped, and she's the one that told me, I think you should sit down. She was like, please, I think you should sit down. Don't go. We're going to call an ambulance. It was 2 other guys that showed up, and Spanish guys, and then this other Asian guys, and they helped me out. And it was a team of people that were right there. They didn't leave me alone. They parked. They were all strangers. They didn't know each other, but they gathered there, and they helped me out. And they called the ambulance for me. I didn't call the ambulance. And the lady sat there with me. And I thank God that she didn't run off. You know, I don't know what I would have done. She was very supportive when it came to that, even if she sort of like tried to blame me. But I was like, nah. You were on your phone. But when you get there, you don't want to talk about those things. You know, that's the last thing you think about. You get hit by a car, you don't want to think. You don't even think. I've never been hit by a car before. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know you could file a lawsuit. I didn't know about lawsuits. And I had my best friend, who prefers to stay anonymous, but I had my best friend on my phone, who this woman has been the most supportive woman out of all my friends. Beautiful Black woman, and she's been sweet, and she helped me through my struggle, you know, when I was homeless and everything. And so when I got hit by the car and I was sitting in that ambulance, the first person I called was her. You know, I called my family member just to let them know, you know, I was what was going on, so they don't worry about me. But she was the first person I called, because she was the only person that I knew cared enough to tell me what I needed to do. And if I didn't have any money and I needed to go to the hospital and needed anything, I knew she was there. She would be there for me. And so it's important to cherish those people like that in your life, and to keep those people close to you, you know, and respect them, and just don't take advantage of their kindness. Just always, you know, be as sweet as you can, and just, you know, give them back that same kindness that they're giving to you. And so from there, she was like, oh my God, you need to get the information. She didn't even hesitate to tell me, you need to file a lawsuit, and you need to do it immediately. You need to do this, you need to do that. And I listened to her on everything, because she doesn't tell me bad things to do bad things. She tells me to do things that I need to do, and she's the one that directed me. And the law firm that directed me, she got hit by a car before, and she got into an accident before, and that same law firm or whatever that she sued, and they helped her, is what she gave me the number to. She said, here, call these people helped me out. These people are the ones that helped me beat my case, and they're gonna help you beat your case. Your case looks serious, you gotta call them right away. I called them immediately, and they're not gonna accept you unless they know that the case is serious. You know, most of the time they're not. If they know that they're not going to win the case, they're not going to go for it. So they're going to just probably explain to you. So I was praying. I didn't know if my case was as serious as I thought it was, because it was. I was bleeding, blood in my hands, blood on the floor, blood everywhere, stitches in my, you know, literally emergency room. And there's people that have been through worse, that had worse accidents than what I've had. But that accident literally changed my life. Guys, I had no dime to my name. And I was lucky that it wasn't as bad as it could have been, that I didn't die or that I didn't end up in a wheelchair. So when I called them, they immediately were sweet. And it was Torque Law, which I actually do have the I have the book, I have the everything, but I just don't have the time and the energy to just get up and just have everything. I didn't even know I was going to talk about this, but you know, God just pushes you and tells you to just speak about things that it's great for your spirit, it's great for your life and for your mind. And so they immediately took me on. They were like, your case is serious, we're gonna deal with you, we're gonna work with you, don't speak about it, don't, you know what I mean, just, you know, keep everything to yourself, it's very important. And it was just like, from this moment on, we need you to heal, we need you to recover, we need you to, you know, if you need anything, we're here, we got you. They were supportive, they made me feel happy, they made me feel safe, they made me feel like they're a team that's really fighting for me. It wasn't like, oh, they're getting paid off of my accident. No, they were really there for me. They were really helpful from day one to day two, and I was really patient. And it's very important for you to be patient. Like, don't push the issue too much, because a lot of times they are dealing with so many other clients, you know. And try to be as nice. When a person gets into a car accident, they're not very nice. They're mad. They're mad that they got hit by a car. They're mad that they're in pain. They're mad at what happened to them. They're mad at life, so they're not going to always be nice. So having people that understand, like lawyers that understand, look, I'm sorry about what you're going through, and I'm sorry, we're working as fast as we can. I had no choice but to be nice, and I prefer to be nice than to be mean, because if I want something to be done, I need it to be done, and I need it to be done right. And if I need it to be done right, the only way I'm gonna get solutions is if I speak properly, if I'm polite. Because at the end of the day, I need them to help me. Because these what is it called? These what are they? Insurance companies will take advantage. They will take advantage. They don't want to pay off that money. I mean, most of them don't, because that's money out of their pocket. And so it's like, I mean, that's what I read, and I know that's true. It makes a lot of sense. They're going to give you the minimum if you don't have a lawyer. If you don't have powerful people behind you, they're going to just try to be like, we'll give you $5,000. And if you don't know how much you can get for your accident, you're going to be like, damn, that's $5,000. That's a lot of money. If you've never seen a lot of money in your life, you're gonna be like, man, that's $5,000. That's a lot of money. I'll take that. No, you can get more for your accident if you have lawyers to back you up. Yeah, it's gonna cost about 10 grand or more, if depending on how much you're getting, but it's gonna cost like a lot of money to pay those lawyers. But it's worth it. It's worth it. Pay them off, and you're gonna get a lot more than $5,000. You know, at least to pay them off. You know, and so my case was at least 25,000. That was the settlement right there, and they settled pretty well. Well, they settled because they knew they had to settle, because if anything got worse, they would have to pay more, so they had to settle. And you know, you got to pay lawyer fees, and then, you know, stuff like that. And the lawyers speak to you about everything, you know, their community. You got a whole team fighting for you and fighting for you to get. It's not, and you could tell it's not about the money. You know what I mean? You could tell they genuinely care about you, and they appreciate you, and they appreciate your time, you know. And it's a sad situation, but you have to understand that these lawyers are taking a chance. When they went to school for this, it's not like they're constantly getting car accidents. It's not every day that a person gets into a car accident, you know, but it happens, you know. So there's downtimes, and there are times where, you know what I mean? And it's not like they're happy you got into a car accident, but they're happy to help you earn more than what you got, you know, than what these insurance companies can take advantage of and give you less than what you deserve, you know. And so it really helped me out a lot. And, you know, I was able to get the massages were the first thing I started doing was get massage chairs, things to help my body get better, things to help. I got a bunch of things for my massage, for my neck, for my back, because all that was messed up. Everything was messed up. I couldn't get up. I couldn't do nothing. I could barely eat. And when I ate. I'm hearing voices in my head just going through hell. Don't know what to do. Can't clean up. Can't do anything. And, but I had no choice but to keep fighting, because nobody else is going to do it for you. Nobody else knows what you're going through except for the people, except for you and God and his angels and whoever is fighting with you and for you. But I tell you this story to encourage you to be strong. I tell you this story to know that you can make it. There is life after that car accident. Whatever car accident you went to, whether you're in a neck brace, whether you're in a hospital, whether you can never even walk again, there is a miracle that will happen for you. Just trust and believe. Don't say you'll never walk again. I don't care if you don't have legs. Miracles can happen. Jesus made hands grow. You got to believe in Jesus, or whatever you believe. I don't force you to believe in Jesus, but you got to believe in something. But I know my faith in Jesus is what got me where I am today. And get to know Jesus Christ. Get to know his story. The reason why is because he did a lot of miraculous things. And another thing is he suffered for us to be here. And it's good to get to know him. It's good to you can feel his presence. You can feel his comfort. You can feel that he knows what you're going through. You're not alone. And when you see what he went through, just know that you had somebody fighting with you. And a lot of times when you're going through pain, it doesn't matter what anybody went through, because what you're going through is like you don't want to go through it. But it does kind of make you feel, takes the weight off your head and your shoulders to know that you're not alone. And you are not the only one that it's ever happened to. And so when we share our story, you don't share your story just to brag that, hey, I suffered and I went through this. Nothing to brag about. It's nothing you want to go through. You don't want to suffer to appear as a strong person, man or woman. You don't want to go through that. But it's just the way, a natural way of life. But it changed my life. It opened my eyes to a new light. That money did a lot for me. I was able to get better, because before that accident, I was already going through hell. But I was able to get muscle relaxers, which helped me even better. I needed those muscle relaxers way before I even knew I needed them. And when I got into that car accident, that's when God opened my eyes to the things that I really needed. And I was like, I needed these muscle relaxers. And the muscle relaxers they were giving me in the psych ward and the other places were not helping. They were not helping. You don't feel the difference. And so from there on, I was able to get my vitamins, vitamin B, vitamin iron pills, all those things that I needed for my body to continue. Because when you get older and you're not taking, when you're on the street, when you're homeless, you don't have the money to get these vitamins. And most of these vitamins, you're going to need food. And there are some that you don't need food. So just know that whatever has happened to you, there is a reason behind it. And it's not to hurt you, but it's to help you in some way. And even if you may be hurt right now, just know that you're going to be okay. Just know that you have to believe it. Without faith, you can't do anything. Without believing in yourself and believing in your dreams and believing that anything, this world was not built off of doubts, but it was faith that this universe was designed and created. It was God who said he believes in himself. He can do this. Confidence. And you're going to need that confidence to continue. It is not the end of the world. I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you don't have anything. I don't care if you were an old man, an old woman, or a crippled, whatever you may be. You have a purpose on this planet, and you're going to make it. And when you focus on the blessings, God will immediately fix your problems. But he won't fix them without you. He's not going to just do it without your help. You are walking hand in hand with your creator, and you guys are working together in winning this fight of life. Do not let those suicidal thoughts even hit your mind. Not 1 minute, not one day, not one moment. Because it happened to me before, and I have never in a day ever thought that I would ever think of anything like trying to hurt myself in any way. And that was way before this. It's just feeling unworthy, or coming from brokenness, or coming from suffering in the past, you know, just things that you've ever went through. And just feeling insecure because you're not accepted for the way you look, for who you are. Know that you're beautiful. And there is someone out there that is special for you. Perhaps you suffer from a broken heart. Somebody left you. Somebody cheated on you. Whatever the situation is that may make you feel like today is not a day that I should live, remove that situation and say, this happened to me for a reason, to strengthen me for a better reason. You know, people come in and out of our lives to help us get stronger and to help us grow. But you have to learn to live without those things that you think you need. And God will show you that all you need is Him, and all you need is His faith and your body. And not even your body. You need Him. So yeah, that's all I want to share with you guys today. And I thought I was going to share with you something completely different. And that's a perfect example of, we may plan and think we're going to do something, but God comes and He's like, nah, this is what I want you to do. You know, God already has a plan for us. You know, we try to think that we're going to do this, but God already has a plan. Said, I thought I was going to start showing my shoes and all this stuff, but I'm sitting here. There is something else that needs to come out. Before you do this, there is something inside of you that needs to come out and to be spoken of. People that don't understand what you're doing, they're going to try to get in the way of that. But you have to remove those people out of your life. You have to ignore those people and do what God is telling you to do. He's your master. Respect the people around you, of course. But know that you have a purpose and you have a calling upon your life. You need to follow that calling. All right, guys. It's Eora. I will talk to you guys more later. Sandra Eora. All right, bye. Thank you for tuning in.